Have you ever been in a moment where staying quiet felt safer, but speaking up felt right? This is the story of Esther. It begins in a powerful empire where a king ruled over countless people and lived in a palace filled with wealth, control, and ego. One day, after a series of events, the king chose a new queen, Esther. But Esther wasn't born into royalty. She was an ordinary young woman raised by her cousin Mordecai after losing her parents. And there was something else, something no one in the palace
Listen
knew.
closely to the counsel I give
Esther
you.
was Jewish.
Be wise, be
Mordecai
humble,
had told her
and
to keep
always
that
remember
part of
your
her
people.
identity hidden,
Lift.
not out of shame, but out of wisdom. The timing just wasn't right. At first, life seemed calm. Esther adjusted to the palace life, learning how to navigate a world full of power and pressure. But outside those walls, something dark was unfolding. A high
Pause.
ranking official
And
named Haman
outline.
had risen to power. He demanded respect. No more than that, he demanded people bow to him. Everyone did except Mordecai. Mordecai refused. And Haman didn't just take it
These people
personally,
threaten the
he
unity of
turned it
your
into
kingdom,
something much
Majesty.
bigger.
The scroll
Fueled by
details the only
anger,
path
he
to true
convinced the
order.
king to sign a
These people.
decree, a law that would destroy all Jewish people around the empire. Just like that, Esther's people were in danger. When Mordecai heard the news, he was devastated, and he sent a message to Esther, telling her she had to go to the king and beg for mercy. But there was a problem. Approaching the king without being invited wasn't just risky, it could mean death, even for the queen. Esther hesitated. You can almost imagine the moment, the weight of fear, the what ifs,
Grant me the
the
words to save my
consequences.
people.
She sent word back
Hear
to
our
Mordecai
cry.
explaining the danger.
Deliver us.
And Mordecai's reply? It wasn't pressure, it was perspective. He told her, maybe you were placed in this position for a moment like this. Not by accident, not by luck, for this moment. Something shifted in Esther. She realized staying silent wouldn't save her, it would only delay the inevitable. So instead of running from the fear, she leaned into purpose. She
I
asked
will
her
go to the
people to
king,
fast and pray with her for
and if
three
I
days.
perish,
And then she made her decision. I will go to the king, she said. And if I perish, I perish.
what I ask
That's
for
not
is my life and the
recklessness,
lives of my
that's
people.
courage.
For we have been sold to
So Esther
destruction by
approached
this
the
man here.
throne, and in a moment that could have
My
ended
people are to be
everything,
destroyed,
the king welcomed
and
her.
I am one
Step
of them.
by step, she revealed the truth about Haman's plan, about her identity, and about the injustice that had been set in motion. And the king listened. Haman's plan unraveled. The very harm he intended turned back on him, and Esther's people were saved. But this story isn't just about a queen in a palace. It's about what happens when an ordinary person steps into an extraordinary moment. Esther didn't have all the answers. She didn't feel fearless, but she chose to act anyway. And sometimes that's exactly what courage looks like. So the next time you find yourself in a moment where speaking up feels uncomfortable or risky or inconvenient, remember Esther. You might be closer to your moment than you think.